Howdy, everybody. I'm Sabrina Salas Matanani. Welcome to Crime Time. Thanks for starting your day the KUAM way. Last week, we were up in Jigo. We met with Gain, and the Guam Police Department talked about the partnership that they have with them. Today, though, we're doing something different. We're here in Agana, and we're talking about the Guam Police Department's K-9 unit. Thanks, Paul.
Hey, Hafide, I just want to recap of what we did last week. We featured the Silvas family's loss of course, their 8-year-old Doberman Sumo. We're still continuing to actively ask the community to help with this case. The family is offering a reward of up to $6,000. Guam Crime Stoppers is willing to pay $1,000 if information that we get leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. And we were at Gain, and we featured the efforts in which Gain does to help deal with our four-legged animals, and of course our pets that are left abandoned and abused and everything, and the care that they provide. So today we want to feature, show a little bit of what the Guam Police Department does with our canine handlers. And I brought in Officer Dave Elliott and Officer Corpus to showcase what we do and our partners with our canines, and the relationship that they have with more specifically their canine, and how they do their daily police work.
All right. And so this is Dave, Officer Dave Elliott, and of course, this is Pepa?
This is Pepa.
Pepa. Hi. Hi, Pepa.
Hi, good morning. So my name is Officer Elliott. I'm with the Guam Police Department. So I've been with the K9 unit for about 8 years. Pepa came here in Guam in 2014. So she is a 7-year-old German Shepherd. She came from Germany, and so her tour. She was born in Germany, and she went to Kansas, and then she came to Guam. She's been in Guam ever since 2014. I've been her canine handler since 2014.
You said you've been doing this for 8 years?
Yes.
So how long have you been a police officer, and how
So
did you get into the canine unit?
Okay, so I have an estimated time of 17 years as a police officer. So part of being a police officer to get into a canine unit is you got to be a regular patrol officer, and then from there on, when you become a patrol officer, police officer, there's so many different areas you can go to in the department. One is canine. You can go to become a detective. You can be in SWAT, or you can be in any other units we have in the department. So I choose to be in the canine unit.
Why did you decide to choose to be in the canine unit?
Well, I have a partner who doesn't complain, so I would always have a partner, and it's just a great. I just love working with animals, so it's just great to have an animal, another tool, especially with the police department, and also to help us solve crimes in the island. So.
What kind of training do you have to go through?
So with to be a canine handler, you would go through a 1-month course. It's basically getting to know the dog and getting to bond with the dog. The dog is already trained. The dog knows what to do. It's just you have to learn what the dog does. So it's about a month training. We have our own instructors here on island. We have 2 instructors here on island that will train them. Will train the handler. So.
And how long have you two been together?
About 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, it's 5 years.
That really is a partner that doesn't complain. So, since we started introducing our canine unit, we started off with, of course, bomb detection and a working dog. So I think we had a total of 3 when we first started.
We had 3 explosive dogs. Yes.
Yeah, explosive detection and everything. And this is, of course, due to post 9/11 and stuff, and how we're going to harden our facilities, how we're going to equip our guys. So we've graduated to where now we've adopted the working canine police dog, and man, this unit has actually paid dividends in what we do in patrol, because this is our second line of defense before we have to activate SWAT or to help with any search and everything for a suspect who flees. These are, Pepa has a dual role as, of course, a drug detection dog and a working police dog. So the partnership that was forged with Officer Elliott and, of course, his dog is really, it's something to see, and how he's able to utilize this dog within the community and to just be a part of the community and be part of the assets that we have with the Guam Police Department.
Yeah, when you say working police dog, what do you mean? Because I understand the drug detection part, but what do you mean?
All right. So what you could say a working police dog is actually a dog that's her specific job is to work, and she's specifically trained to work. She's not like a pet. So when she's a working dog. Her purpose is drugs, so she can detect drugs, and she's also what they call dual purpose is she's also a patrol dog. So patrol dog is meaning she can search for people in buildings. She can run after suspects, or you know, that's what a dual purpose is with a canine.
I see. And we also have Officer Corpus here.
Yes.
Hi, Officer Corpus. Good morning. Hi. How long have you been with the canine unit?
I've been just about a year now. I've started with Officer Elliott, and then our instructor that's Lieutenant Troy Lizama and Officer Brian Awa, who was our instructors, and they certified us here on island when I went through the course when I got on.
Now, do you also are you guys are all each partnered with a dog?
Yes,
Yeah?
I have an explosive detection dog that I was assigned. His name is Halo. He's about 3 years old, and so in line with that, his is the drug detection dog and a patrol. Mine is just strictly detection in explosive detection, used in what do you call that? Bomb threats or sweeps of certain events prior to the event starting. We do explosive sweeps, and also during pullovers or just basic searches to try to detect things that are out of our sight.
Is Halo also a German Shepherd?
Yes, he is.
Are all of the
No,
canines?
we have a German Shepherd, we have one Lab, and we have two Malinois.
To what?
Malinois?
Malum.
Or-
It's a Belgian breed.
Uh-huh.
So these are man, like we were saying earlier, and Kuro, man, that is a dog to watch in action, because that dog can actually, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. That dog can actually be part of the operation when our SWAT operators are activated and everything. They're trained to be specifically with the stack. Now, when we say stack, that's what you see in the formation of a SWAT operation when they're going to about to make entry into a building, and they're like heel to toe with their handler, and it's just a beauty to watch in itself as they move, how they they're attached to the hips of the handlers and stuff, and they're able to work and adjust with other operators that are in that stack. So, we've evolved with the Guam Police Department from three bomb detection dogs to now dogs six that actually work. And we've actually picked up another handler for the first time in the Guam Police Department. We're screening a female handler. So she's going to be going to training and stuff. So this is really exciting times for us at Guam with the Guam Police Department.
It seems like it takes a certain kind of person to be a canine handler, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult in the beginning. The main goal of the instructors are to try to have for someone bond with the dog. I mean, the dog will only work if he really trusts the handler. So if the dog feels like like this is not the person for me, I can't work good with this officer, then we have to try to find that bond. Our dogs are just they're living animals, right? So they also have feelings, and so if they feel like they don't want to work with that person, and they don't want to work, so yeah, the bond is very hard to find that bond.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, do you guys get to take the dogs home and?
Well, we
Or-
have kennels for them. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the police department, we have our own kennels for these dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why they're working dogs. They strictly,
They're not pets.
they don't go home.
Uh,
They don't go home. We don't pet them. They don't play around or stuff like that. They just, they're working dogs, and you want to keep it that way. You want these dogs to work at their maximum. You don't want them to think that they're pets, because some of the reward is petting. And when you pet, when she finds, like with Pepa, some dogs are different. But with Pepa, she does find like drugs or what, she wants to be played with. She wants to be petted. So that's her goal. So that's the reason why they're not pets, and they're strictly working dogs.
can you tell us about any case that Peppa may have been involved in?
Well, what we usually do is what we can do is we run the dogs. If a patrol officer requests for a canine, we can come and run a canine. Usually it's of robberies or what, or any serious crime somebody runs, and then we come with the dog and hopefully try to track them.
Yeah, even with our search warrants and everything, where there's suspected drugs in the house, we can actually utilize them, because these guys know the census and everything that they have. So I believe it's 10,000 more than the human being. So they're able to detect these fine orders of specific drugs and what they're looking for. And like I said, they've been really instrumental with a lot of our cases. So specifically, working dogs. They're not pets, and we want to stress that they have to be at their utmost, their peak. To be able to perform. So these handlers, they put in a great deal of time and effort to really take care of them. I mean, just to feed them, just to exercise them. They have to be exercised, what, twice a day? What?
At least 1 hour a day.
Yeah, so you know the exercise and everything. So that's why these guys look fit. That's why these guys are able to handle, their dogs and do the specific in which is asked of the canine handler and of course their partners.
Well, we do have some people commenting here on Facebook. Christine Kidigua saying Buenos and Hafaday. Debbie Davis, Hafaday. Oh, do you know Christine?
No,
Oh,
fine.
Jesse Manabusin, Hafaday, Dave Elliott.
Hi.
Manabusin. And
Morning.
Joey Martinez, Yeehee K9, Chet Loose. LAS K9 unit. Not sure.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you.
LAPD.
Oh, LAPD. Okay. All right.
So I mean, the beautiful thing here again with the canine, and these guys can chime in. It's that they have a network too, nationwide and stuff. So which these guys have issues that we may see something new or something is development, that had developed or was sprung up in the United States, such as the different types of drugs. These guys will be on top of it because they'll receive that same information in which all the other canine handlers nationwide and of course abroad are receiving. So it brings our game up rather than looking at something that's new and not having a clue. These guys will be on top, and being able to identify a specific drug or being able to identify a type of explosive. It's really important that these guys maintain that network with the United States. And big kudos to the LAPD for tuning in. I mean, this is good for us.
All right. Well, I understand you guys have you're gonna show Pepa in
Demonstration for you guys.
action.
You want to go by? Do the go by?
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing is we do the scenario of a suspect who's resisting and is going to run from the police. So Officer Corpus will be the decoy, call him a decoy, and then Pepa will do her job.
All right. Let's watch
Get to
Pepa in
see.
action. Okay.
Give us a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get to see in full length the operation of the dog and how they work and stuff, and it's I tell you, man, if you're a suspect and you're running and you see the four-legged canines chasing you, there's no way that you're gonna outrun a dog. There's no way that you're gonna hide from a dog. Like I said, their senses is 10,000 times greater than what we have as human beings. So they're able to pick up on the scent that was left behind by that individual, and they were able to pick up and follow the trail. So. They're great trackers. They're great, they're just great partners. And I really love how he said that he has a partner that doesn't complain, because that's what we deal with in patrol. Sometimes we have issues with our officers and everything. Our partners may have a bad day and everything. There's always a good day when you can reach over and pet your partner and stuff. And the reward in the end is really that bond that they forge.
Yeah, Cynthia Tulahi, she says Guam needed more of this. We need to keep our island safe. Good working dogs, respect for them, or they'll get you down. So that's awesome.
We assure you that these dogs are working and they're doing their job and they're doing good for the community.
Yeah, she's actually really.
Yeah. So
Oh,
she's getting ready. She already knows what to do. She's working. So we're just gonna go. All right. Guam Police! Guam Police! Release my dog! Get him.
oh shoot!
I give up. Ow! Ow!
So this situation that you're seeing right now, right? What you're seeing now, right, is that now they have control. They have control of the suspect, right? And usually what they'll do is they'll wait for their partners. This is a compliance hold right there in its own. The dog is out. The dog did the takedown with the partner. And you see how the handler is right on top of them. They're not putting any more force or any pressure. Now what you're going to see is another officer come in, be able to come in and assist, whether it be cuffing. Let me see your hands. Spread your hands out. Spread your hands out. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. So I'm going to come around, and I still have my contact and cover. So they act as a cover officer, and as the second officer or the third officer, because that is our canine is considered as a partner. They're going to provide the contact and cover. I'm going to easily come in. I'm going to easily take the hands and apply restraints and everything, and be able to hold him. In the event he gets up and runs, he's going to run. He's going to get up and run. We can do it again. Run towards the tree. He's going to run. He's going to run. He goes. So we can use a dog. And he can initiate the same takedown. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the handler to clear. Stay down, suspect. Stay down. Stay down. We're going to release the dog. He's going to be talking to the suspect. Same thing again. I'm going to come over. Here's your contact and cover. Now I can actually safely apply restraints. Pat the suspect down for any weapons. Pick him up. Come up. Somebody coming up. Walk him away while still having cover and taking the suspect away. So it's effortless. It really is effortless, and that's the partnership, and that's how our officers work in the field when we utilize the canine. So contact and cover, we didn't even have to draw our weapons. It was really the dog who applied, the dog who was initiated on the attack or in the motion to pursue the suspect. Take the suspect down. Handler comes in while the dog breaks the dog and provided that contact and cover. So the fluidity movement there really is something special.
You okay?
Yes.
Do you have to do this a lot?
Because I'm new in the unit, yes.
Give it to the new guy.
And I'm more than happy to. It's a lot of fun.
Were
And it's
you-
really neat seeing the dogs do what they do.
Yeah, I know. Last year I went to the cop training for the day, and they had somebody in a full body uniform.
What was the location of that one?
It was in Teton.
Teton, yeah, that may have been me.
Okay. That looked painful though.
Yeah, with the sleeve, it's meant to protect me, of course, but you do feel the pressure. You do feel the point of their teeth. It can go through if you let it. If you don't. There's certain ways you got to move with the dog as the decoy or the handler or the helper.
And you could just imagine if that was an actual suspect. Yeah. That looks very painful.
Yeah, because the dog is also trained to do those maneuvers where they kind of drag the person down along with the bite, and then I don't know if he could take a bite. And just keep going on and, not have to get subdued. That's pretty, because that's your flesh, because that's what's considering, this one is protecting me from, is the flesh being torn.
We usually get 100% compliance once they see the dog, and once they know that we're gonna release the dog in the event that you're non-compliant. So this is where the beauty of the canine handlers come in. It really makes our jobs, it keeps us safe, first and foremost. They're willing to sacrifice their life in the line of duty. And really it's not something where you can say, that this is a pet, this is a working dog. So, awesome Pepa. That was beautiful to see ya.
Yes, Jaron said nice and also good job, Pepa. Atten, that lady's scared.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I was. I wanted to get down. Gee, that was scary.
Yeah, and when we put the suspect in Officer Corpus, if he can come in, right? They're trained to drag to the ground. And in anything that we do, whether we have a canine or a dog, right? When we take the suspect to the ground, that's the safest place for us. To be there, because we can able to control the suspect. We're able to do a full search or a cursory search, anything that may harm us in the event of effectuating the arrest. So they know that when an individual is down, it's safer for us. And you saw how it moved from breaking Pepa off of the suspect to us coming in and providing, them being the contact and cover, and us coming in being able to apply the restraints and safely for everybody to restrain the suspect, and of course to keep our handler and of course the dog safe.
Well, any final comments as we wrap this up?
I want to bring Officer Elliott. I think we have to move from because they're going to react to the sleeve. Want to
Okay.
just put the sleeve? So it really
Please,
is, we really wanted to showcase what we did with Mr. Silva's, the Silva family's incident up again, and we wanted to showcase our efforts with, helping those who really love love animals and have the island understand and the community understand how we utilize our canine to do our job and to help keep the island safe. And when you hear the story of the Silva family, and I'm going to really bring this to light, it really is sad that something like this should happen. And I want to applaud the efforts of GAIN, the efforts that they do to help protect our pets and to help keep the pets safe and everything. Moving forward, now we saw firsthand of how working dogs that we use in the Guam Police Department really do their part in helping keep our island safe. And these dogs, like I said, they're willing to sacrifice everything just to keep us safe.
All right, Dave, any final comments?
All right. No, thank you for allowing us to showcase what Pepa can do. Just again, we assure you that Pepa is working and she is helping the community fight all our crime fighting things here on Guam.
Officer Corpus, final
Yes,
comments?
just looking forward to learning more about this particular portion of the job. Being a police officer for a little over 10 years now, and joining the K9 unit, it's definitely different, but you still do police work at the same time. It's pretty cool. I like that, and just hope the community grows a little more, toward us.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Pepa. Thank you. That's it for Crime Time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.